And I think that that's one of the main parts I'll bring back when I leave Malta to go up north, that I'll tell my liberal colleagues that they really have to do something about that. You can't expect the countries in the back row from Africa, let's say Scandinavia, far away from that, to see the big problem. But I've seen it myself personally here with this couple of boats coming in with 30, 60 illegal immigrants. And the worst thing is, I saw that out of these 30 persons, there were 27 men and 3 women. That is, they're leaving all the women in Libya or Somalia or wherever they come from, and sending only the men here. And as I see it right now, there are only 3 ways of solution of this problem. One is, with the help of Frontex and some EU funding, doubling or tripling the patrol boats, and trying to keep these illegal immigrants out of Maltese waters. That's the way to do it, and that costs money and that costs more patrol boats. Or, at the moment, it seems like there are some diplomatic talks with Mr. Gaddafi in Libya. This old supporter of terrorists is now a nice man. Everybody wants to speak with him, and even the Maltese government has some diplomatic talks. And if Malta can have Gaddafi and Libya to take them back, so you are allowed to go in with all the immigrants and put them back ashore in Libya, that would be a solution. But that depends on Mr. Gaddafi's nice thinking, or is it or not. The third one is probably not a possible one, because that is sending all the illegal immigrants you got here up north, and they send some to Germany, some to Scandinavia, some to Denmark, and they won't accept them. Even if we got, right now we got an unemployment percentage of 1.9 in Denmark. That's the lowest we've had for a long time. We need a lot of working hands, but all the works that are free now in Denmark is for skilled workers, and we can't use the illegal immigrants. We can't use them. But and I don't think that if you go and ask Finland or Poland or Germany or even Denmark if we want some of your illegal immigrants, everybody will say no. No, because we can't use them. And especially you can't use them here. And if they're still coming in here and still put in this refugee camp on the west of the island, there's a terrible thing, because sooner or later this will explode. And I see that as the biggest problem for Malta right now. I think there might come some positive things out of the talks with Mr. Gaddafi in Libya. Maybe.
So the burden sharing concept,
yeah,
is a lie actually?
Yes, it is. It is a lie. The country in the European Union that has the toughest policy against immigration and even legal immigration is, by the way, Denmark, because we have literally closed the borders, and they're not allowed to bring in the families from outside and all this stuff. And we have, by law now, we have a limit that people are supposed to be over 24 years before they're allowed to marry some other cousins from Turkey or wherever they come from. And that demands a new view of it, because my personal view is up north, shall I say north of Munich, nobody really thinks of Frontex. They don't really know it exists. So that'll be a job to do. Well, what about recognition of this small party? ALDN has not been recognized yet by ELDR, so we are not among 500 Liberal Democrats and guests in Stockholm on the 30th and 31st of October. According to ELDR, there are no Liberal parties in Portugal, Greece and Malta. Very funny. But they have recognized and approved 2 in Macedonia, 2 in Bosnia, and 1 in Moldova. And I think that's a very strange situation that they recognize the liberal parties in those places and not Malta. Another thing to work on, 5 out of 27 EU countries have liberal prime ministers. We have a liberal prime minister in Estonia, Latvia, Denmark, Romania and Finland, and even in Andorra, but it's not an EU country. I don't really remember where it belongs to, if it's Spain or France, I don't know.
It's an independent country.
It is.
Lies between,
in
the Pyrenees, I think, it's between Spain and France, yes, it's fully independent.
So, the only thing I can tell you, of course I'm here to give some good advice and then keep my fingers away from politics, but you can't live from salt, rackets and fishing. Seriously need the tourists, and your governments since the turn of the millennium have realized that, and it's working for that, of course, for the tourists. But the best thing will be for Malta and the politics that you will have 3 or 4 or more parties. Okay, you have recognized the Alternativa Democratica. They are recognized, but they are not in the parliament. But the parliament doesn't work. As you told me, I understood that in Maltese with a football player you got over there. But it can't be tomorrow or the next election. Maybe. This election we're looking forward to now is the election for the European Parliament, and that's the big chance for this party because there's only one person where there's a candidate and there's only one person who's going to be elected. So it's not a problem like this strange Maltese voting rules that I haven't learned yet. Maybe take me a couple of years to learn them. But there'll be a decent way. And if we first have John sitting down there in the European Parliament, that will be official. The LDR will come running and say, oh, we acknowledge you and all this stuff. But that's all I wanted to say now in this special occasion, because I could just take another 20 minutes, but no, not today. That's all. Thank you.
I thank Hans-Jörgen Gottsche for his speech. And this is therefore the conclusion of our conference today, October 2008. If there are any questions that the audience would like to ask, yes, we can spare, as our deputy leader is suggesting, we can spare some minutes for questions. So, any questions from the audience?
Maybe the audience will put the questions after this short break we have now.
All right, so we shall be having a short break and the questions will follow later.